We're back to the Neil Haley Show here on the Caregiver Dave Celebrity segment. I'm excited to welcome to the program Caregiver Dave Nasani. Dave, how are you? And I know you're
I'm
excited about
awesome.
our guest.
Yes. Tara Reid, actress. She played Vicky in the films American Pie, American Pie 2, American Reunion, and Bunny Lebowski on the Big Lebowski. I'm saying that right. And then she was April Wexler in the television film Sharknado, Neil's favorite, by the way, and went on to reprise the role in 5 sequels. Welcome to the show, Tara.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Tara. Oh, my gosh. You know what? I am glad. I already can feel that there's this connection, that you really are very down to earth. But I think it goes back to your parents and so much by the way that they were teachers, right? When before, and that is an important part of the process of connection, right? It's an interesting story growing up, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they really made so many kids' lives better and helped them throughout life, and that is part of the way that we did it, and learn from it. So, thank you for mentioning that. That means a lot to me. Since then, both of my parents have passed away.
Sorry about
I'm
that.
sorry, but they definitely and kind of go back and did. They had a daycare, right, Tara?
Yeah, they ran it. It was called Donna Reed's Child Development Center.
Oh my.
And
And
yeah,
that's why your middle
but
name is Donna, huh?
you know what? Google has it wrong. My real nickname is not nickname. Middle name is Darlene. It's Tara Darlene Reed.
That's close. Oh,
Well, my mom's mother's name was Dorothy, and my dad's mother's name was Eileen. So together they made it Darlene. So that's where that name comes from. You guys are probably the only ones in the world that know that.
no, I'm an elder, older than Neil.
Yeah, I'm 48, so yeah, for sure. But again, let so
That's
base.
not old, guys. Come on, you're just coming into your own.
Yeah. Now
Right.
Dave's 68. I'm 48. No, exactly. I'm coming into my own, Tara. It's no doubt.
Hey, I'm
I
only
feel.
6'7", Neil.
Six
Don't
ten,
rush it.
6'10", 6'10", Dave. I'm 6'10", former professional wrestler. So let's kind of go
Oh,
back into this. The thing that also I was reading up is really interesting is you talked about your parents both being teachers and the daycare, but then where you went to school, uh, very interesting the amount of some of the other child actors that you interacted with, right, or were very famous as well, right, in your early life.
Yeah, I went to a school called PCH, which stands for Professional Children's School. And in that time, there was a lot of people that, we went to school with, like Sarah Michelle Gellar, Christina Ricci, Macaulay Culkin,
well,
Donna Faison, Jerry McConnell. I'm probably forgetting half of them, but yeah, there was a lot of entertainers in that school, and it was a really cool school because you were allowed to leave class and sign out in the principal's office and say that you had an addition. And we only did that when there was a test. And like one of the other kids would stay in the school, take the test, and the next day we know everything about it, and we all aced the test. It was beautiful.
Oh wow.
wow.
Think about that talent, Dave. Was in the room.
Well,
We have that down.
you sound very gifted and maybe even psychic. And you told me you're in Arizona among the red rocks and just feeling one with nature. Do your ancestors have any Indian blood in you?
No, I don't actually, but I definitely do have psychic powers. I can read people very well. Like I
I
know when
sense
something's
that.
bad or good, or like be safe or this. And I've been born with that. It runs in my father's
Yeah.
family. So I think you do too, to even pick up on that.
I do. I like to call it a prophetic or a gift of wisdom. And I've helped a lot of people over the years, as I'm sure you have as well.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Sometimes it's a blessing, and sometimes it's a curse. I don't know.
Yeah, but what we can tell from you is you're very down to earth, and you get that from your parents, don't you?
Very grounded.
Yeah, I think I get it from my parents. I get it from my family. I get it, from my friends. And I think I get it from myself.
I think so, and it's just it's that spirit that you are. So let's jump really quickly about how did you get your big break? What would you consider your big break in acting?
I mean, the big break we got, which we all know, would be the Big Lebowski, the Coen Brothers film. I mean, that turned everything for me because it was so big. And the truth of the matter is, I had no idea how big they were at the time. And I remember walking into like the final callback, and I saw Charlize Theron and Liv Tyler, and I thought, "There's no way I'm getting this part." And I went anyway. I did my best. I was even shaking. I was so nervous. And 2 days later, I got the part.
Good for you.
You never know.
And how old were you at the time?
I think I was like 22.
So you never did any child actress things?
Oh,
Oh,
oh
no.
yes, she did. Oh yes, she has
Yeah, I
her
did
a
for
ton of
sure.
credits. Yeah, don't you?
Yeah, I definitely did.
So you're like a
That was
20-year overnight success, huh?
no, no, no. So the first movie I did is called The Return of Salem's Lot. And how I got this movie sounds crazy, but it's the truth. I'm from New Jersey originally, and me, my mom, and my brother were shopping in New Jersey, and we were in the food court. My mom was getting us pizza, and me and my brother were like picking on each other like always. And this talent manager for children out of New York happened to be in New Jersey visiting her daughter. And she was watching me and my brother be like, bad little kids. And then my mom came back to the pizza and she said, "Your daughter, she's something else." My mom's like, "Yeah, I know." But she had no idea who she was. And then the lady said to her, "Listen, there's this movie. It's based on a Stephen, King book. And Larry Cohen, which my mom had no clue about at the time or anyone, is directing it. And they can't find the girl. So they're like, please, can she go in for this edition?" And my mom's like, I don't know about that. She doesn't do anything like that. And so she gave us a couple pages to, memorize. And I went and I did it. And then I got hired the same day.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
And I'll never forget. Remember back in the old days, they had those old phones that were on the wall
Oh yeah,
that you had
yeah,
like
yeah,
zip
yeah, yeah.
through. It was yellow in my house. And when that phone rang, everyone ran to see what the answer was. And it was yes. And my whole family was like, yay! So it's pretty cool.
That's interesting. And so Dave, I think that you're seeing it, the child actress in her, and for sure she understood the business. And then when you auditioned for American Pie, did you think it was going to be such a cult classic that would live on forever with so many movies, but then also all over the world, how people know you now?
I mean, I had no idea. At the time, I was shooting Urban Legends in Canada. And so they let me off on the weekend to fly back to LA to audition for Urban Legends. And I'm sorry, for Urban, yeah. So I was doing Urban Legends and I came back to audition for American Pie. And then when I did, I was like, whatever, I'm probably not going to get it. And also, I knew it was a really, crazy script at the time. But I did, and then I got the part again. And then pretty much after, then I got a 3-picture deal with Universal. And to be honest with you, pretty much after that, like, knock on wood, I've never really had an audition again. And I probably done almost 100 films now.
Can you believe that, Dave? Based on that film and that series, she never has to audition again. Unbelievable.
Wow.
And it's
That's a
crazy
blessing.
because if I have to audition for something, you guys, they're really trained, these actors. Like, they might not even be the best actors, but they know how to audition. You know,
Yeah.
me, I can do anything on the set, but me auditioning, oh, I shake, I like, because I don't know how to do it. There's like different skills, you know.
Yeah.
So it's so funny when you really look at life and see how it handles you.
Well, it sounds like you had a manager mom early on. Is that right?
She wasn't really, to be honest with you. She kind of just let that one happen and whatever, but not really. Like sometimes there was like babysitters watching me, or someone else would take
Mhm.
me in. She wasn't like a pushy stage mom or anything like that.
Yeah,
Like
it sounds like you
honestly,
have a close relationship.
yeah, she was an amazing woman.
Mm. Uh, where were you in your career when she died? How did that affect you?
It was a couple years ago. You're gonna make you cry.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we'll get back to some more fond memories. What would you say,
Yeah.
the family of American Pie? Were you guys like a family because you did so many films together?
I mean, I don't call it family. I call it like, this group of us that got together, and it was most people's first movie. And you kind of never really forget that feeling because it's very nostalgic. And then when it got so big, and we did the second, and third and the fourth, then it became more of a family. Because they're like,
Mm.
wow, look what happened. I mean, half the kids went from poor to rich, and having these big houses, and we'd see each other at the MTV Movie Awards or whatever. So I mean, we saw each other grow career-wise, and some of us stayed friends, and some of us we're all friends. No one doesn't dislike each other, but you kind of move on to your next project, and then you see each other, and you're happy to see each other again.
Yeah. Let's talk about your fans. You've got a huge fan base. How do they stay in contact with you?
My fan base is amazing. We do it Twitter, Instagram,
Mm.
Cameo, Reels. I mean, there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different aspects that you could go through right now, and I think it's really cool because people finally get to even ask someone that they've always wondered about, like how you guys are. That they get to talk to the person, but they do
Mm.
it live on screen, and they get to see you, and and I think that's pretty cool. So I think there's a lot of outlets that are are, are unforgettable for me, for them, for everyone.
Wow,
Yeah.
but I also think about when you talk about the whole connection. What did you learn most from the cast on American Pie, especially working with some of the veteran actors? What would you say?
I mean, just to be sharp, be good, know your lines. Be who you are. Play your character that you assigned yourself, kind of to, and don't break it. And that's what keeps your character going and making it the same way to play her. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Mm.
Absolutely. Well, Dave, big. She has two big things really going on now. The latest two projects I'm trying to jump to really quickly, and then I want to talk a little Sharknado. Is about Tell us about Hollywood Disclosure.
Well, Holy Disclosure is a show I did with Serena DC. And I do interviews like you guys all the time, but it was a sit down interview, like say like Oprah or something, and I sat down with her, and she had this kindness about her, and a heart. And she wasn't asking the same questions that everyone always asks, you know? They were different. And I felt better when I got off the phone with her. And and it stuck with me. And then I said, I want to be involved with this company. So I decided, and we talked about it, that I would produce the second season with her.
Oh
So
wow.
that's all how it's order. And it also comes out on Valentine's Day, February 14th. It'll be on Apple TV and Amazon Plus.
What guests are you do you have lined up to interview for Hollywood Disclosure?
We haven't even started that yet because of what's going on with COVID. You know what I mean? So it's a little hard. But I mean, we're gonna have good people because it's a nice interview. It's not, it's not backstabbing or hurtful. It's only gonna bring out the best in people, and I think that's great. You know. But then I have a baby coming out. That's my favorite thing in the world. I've been working for the last year and a half. It's called Masha's Mushroom, and my friend and me, we did a movie before this. So her name is White Cross, and she's directing it. And it's a franchise of 5 movies. So we finally got the financing for that, which how it takes that forever. So I kind of turned the tables on this, and now I'm doing that movie. I'm doing another movie called The Prophecy of Troy. You know, Mikey Miguel, and that's going to be a cartoon movie. Then we have The Raven Show, we have Locked In, we have Other Fire Lane. I mean, there's so I've been taking COVID in this time and making it the best I can and working with all these people. And we've just developed some great things. We've made, lemon to lemonade, put it like.
Yeah.
So you looked at your create and said, "How am I going to make this worthwhile to me without challenging it?" Was when COVID first hit, said,
exactly.
how am I going to and really become more creative, right? Tara, trying to look at how can I take this, as you said, make it lemonade, lemons and lemonade, right? Explain more to that fact of how.
And it wasn't just more to that, you guys. Because of COVID, it was a lot easier to get in touch with people, and it made things easier. And then you got in touch with people that were harder to get in touch. But then it was like the tables kind of turned for me. It was like not just being the actress. Now I was the actress calling the agents, offering them, for their clients. Like it's completely turned, So it was like a really interesting process that I went through, and I'm, really excited about the future of this.
Giving back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Tara, you have certainly had a very, very blessed life, all from one audition. That's amazing. As you look back, and your future is even bright. Your future is probably going to be brighter than your past. But as you look back at your life as of today, what's the most memorable thing you've ever done?
Being in the cover of Rolling Stone. I gotta be honest.
like the song goes, yeah. On the cover of the Rolling Stone. Yeah, it's really a trip. What's the biggest thing you've learned in all of this?
Just stay true to who you are, because at the end of the day, it's always going to come back.
That's right. The universe is certainly smiling on you and your life. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
So one of the things, Tara,
it.
what would you say? How much did you enjoy Sharknado? Doing Sharknado for so many years. It was so funny. My kids just loved it, and I just thought I just got a kick out of how creative it was and
I
funny.
think Sharknado is so bad that it was so good that it was so much fun. And then one of the cool things I liked about it is that I did get a new fan base of little kids because they can't watch American Pie or like that. So like little kids got to know me, and it was so sweet. And we just had fun making it, and it was great, So I appreciate everyone that loved it and have Sharknado parties, and So I think it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, because at first you're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this," but then, "Oh my gosh, I'm glad I did this because this became."
I can't believe it hit.
Yeah, so
exactly.
but hey, there's just something in the water, right? Oh, that was a good one, right? Something in the water. So, Dave, so Dave, you have your final question, and it's a caregiving question. Go ahead and ask it, Dave.
Yes. So I don't want to make you cry, but I've been a caregiver to my wife for the last 24 years. She suffered a stroke and lost her speech, became paralyzed one side, and And we worked through it. We went through the grief process, and I'm sure you know what that's about. And so we reinvented ourselves, and now she still cannot talk, but she can communicate non-verbally through Pictionary and charades, and she still can't walk, but she has a power chair. And Tara, we literally travel all over the world. I mean, I've spoken at Harvard and NASDAQ and Carnegie Hall with Martha Stewart, Suzanne Summers. I've been on 35 TV shows from Hawaii to Washington, D.C., just sharing our, to stay alive, because
Is everyone what someone else needs? And if someone loves you, they will take care of you. That's what I believe.
Amen. So sorry. I know it's still raw for you, but it gets better. It'll never go away, but it gets better. Time heals as much as it can, but the loss will always be there. But you know what? One day we'll all be together again, and that's our great hope.
I agree. Yeah, amen to that.
All right. And so, Tara, where can we connect with you? What's the best place to connect with you? We talked about Thrills as well as another way to do video chat with your fans, and then Cameo. But
you guys should call me anytime, whenever you want.
Yeah, but what about for connecting with you? Where's the best place, Tara, that your fans can connect with you and stuff? Where can they go?
My fans, they connect through Twitter, Instagram, like all the social media stuff. Thrills, Cameo, that kind of stuff.
Well, I appreciate it, Tara. Thanks for the time, and definitely we'll connect, and we'll see each other soon. Okay?
All right, take care, and God bless.
God bless you too. Take care.
Tara,
Thanks.
it was a joy. Thank
All right,
you so
take care.
much.
All right, you're welcome. All right, bye-bye. You're listening to Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.